Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and you're joining us for the ENTREPRE-DOERS morning show. This is a special show. It's a Thanksgiving edition, and we have a very special guest all the way from Canada, Thrift Beast CQ, aka Chris. And as always, you have Nate Everyday I'm Hustling and Tommy 2.0, the Bargain Effect, my awesome co-hosts. So thanks everyone who's joining us. First one in chat today is the Shamrock Pixie. What is up, Destiny? Then we have Reselling Addicts, Jenny and Jeff. Those guys are really cool. If you haven't checked them out already, please do. Michelle Lathan's with us. Good morning, Michelle. Moronic Pest, what is up, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you. DC Sales, the master of the license plate. You pressing anything off today, DC, or is it just the the turkeys and the fixins? We have Ciosa Sales with us. Good morning. We have Landshark Picker. What's up, Craig?
Craig.
Yeah, you can have the brownie points, Destiny. I'm sure Tommy's probably already made you cook them for today. So,
no, that's Jasmine's duty today.
Okay.
Jasmine's got to make the brownie points or make the brownies. Brownie points.
Michelle Lathan wants to know if that's your version of Disney World behind you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
If I could be surrounded by food all day, I'd be a happy camper.
Yeah, that would be awesome, for sure. Oh, you got multiple Chinese buffet backgrounds, don't you?
There's two. I wanted to see how long it would take you to notice the Chinese ones.
I noticed them.
It's making me hungry.
Right? For sure. So, Chris, do you want to introduce yourself to anybody here that might not know you yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Chris. I have the channel Thrift Beast CQ. I'm a reseller up in Toronto, Canada, and I've been doing this for probably since I'd say end of March is when I started. I've been doing mainly eBay in eBay Canada. I have been dabbling a bit on eBay.com as well. And also Poshmark Canada and a bit of Poshmark in the US as well. And then just probably in the last couple months, I've gone into Amazon as well for Amazon.ca.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How are you liking Amazon? Is it as big over there as it is in the States?
Oh, 100% it's not. It's I find that it's really hard to understand like the rankings here because it's not as predominant as you would see it in the US, I'd say, because I mean, if you know the ranking, if it's like a lower ranking on like under, I don't know, 1,000 or something, you know that thing is going to sell. Whereas in Canada, it may be something where it's not always going to sell all the time. We can't really base it on the ranking. It's over there. So really, what I'm just looking at things that I can make at least like a $10 to $20 profit off of after fees.
Gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. What's up, Jordan? My flipping life, formerly DG Picker. Good to see my man. Happy Thanksgiving. Jenny, you get the brownie points by being the first one in chat in the morning. That's kind of how that works. We're not really picking up the brownie points until the 1st, though, I believe.
Right.
Then we'll kind of start back over and do the whole month. Hey, what's up, Alexis? Happy Thanksgiving to you. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm always intrigued to hear how e-commerce works in different countries. You know, not that you're that far, because I feel like I could get to you in the same time it would take me to get to Tommy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Distance-wise, like Tommy's probably about 9 hours. I'm guessing you'd probably be about 8 or 9 hours too from Pittsburgh, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Canada are you in?
I'm in Toronto.
Are you a Raptors fan?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I figured you would be. Yeah.
Like I was at the parade when we won last year. Like that's that was awesome. One of the best moments because I don't know if that's ever going to happen again, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just happy that actually happened during my era of being alive. So it was pretty cool.
For sure. Have you always liked the Raptors, or is it just like kind of grown like since Kawhi came and you guys won?
Oh no, I've always been a Raptors fan. It's been hard like to see us getting kicked out all the time by LeBron, but having to just pass that what is it called, that that I don't know. I forgot what it's
Hurdle,
called.
maybe.
Hurdle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now to see them as champs is pretty cool.
Mike McCloskey wants to know how long to Center City, Philadelphia. I've been to Philly. It took me about 5 hours to get there from Pittsburgh. I don't know about Center City, Philly, but we went and we saw the Rocky statue, and then we went and did a tour of cheesesteaks. So basically,
Nice.
I just went to like Pat's, and I went to whatever the other one's called, Geno's, I think, and we tried a cheesesteak at each one, and then we came home because I literally just wanted to see Rocky and eat some cheesesteak.
Actually, from here to Toronto is about, well, for me, Toronto, from me is 6 hours.
Well, maybe it's
actually shorter.
even less then. You'd be closer to me than Tommy then.
I don't
that's
know.
not bad.
Like, I just did a generalized
Yeah,
thing of Toronto. Like, it wasn't, obviously I don't know your address or anything, but
might be
you know
like
what I mean?
it'll probably either be 5 or 7 for me then, because me and Nate are about an hour apart. We're on opposite sides of Pittsburgh.
Well, it might actually be around the same because, like, you're like just a little bit higher, up in the map than me, and I'm just a little over. So we'd be going north. So it'd probably be pretty much about the same.
So, hey, what's up, Victoria? You guys don't know Victoria, make sure you check her out. She's going to be our guest on Tuesday. She co-hosts that twice-a-week show with the reselling addicts that we were talking about on Tuesday.
Yep, I seen you on there last night.
Oh, yeah.
I was sadly at work. I wanted to watch.
Reseller King's in the house. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Pearl is Precious. Billy Picker. What's going on? Glad you guys are all here. I do have a link in the description for Chris' channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to him yet, please make sure you do. He has really awesome content. I really think you guys will enjoy his channel. I've been really focusing a lot of my shows to bringing people on in the community that I feel like deserve a lot more recognition than they have. So that's kind of one of the main reasons I wanted to bring Chris on today, because I feel like his content is worth much more than his subs would show. And I wanted to kind of help, put him out there and to, just introduce him to maybe some faces that he didn't already know. And so I kind of wanted to use this as like kind of a getting to know him type of day. So were you born and raised in Toronto, Chris, or did you kind of migrate there from somewhere else?
Oh no, I was born and raised here, so I had the whole experience of just living in like I've been moving around in the Toronto area in like different boroughs, but I've been mainly situated here, and it's been great. I mean, I love so it's very multicultural here. There's a lot of different things to see here, and it's and the food is great over here too. There's a bit of everything over here, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to check out Toronto. I've been to Ontario several times, like with Niagara Falls and what that hill is up there, Clifton Hill.
Yes.
Me and my wife go to Clifton Hill every so often. We've been there maybe 3 or 4 times just in the last 15 years we've been together, and we always really like going up there. But I've always wanted to go to Toronto because I'm a basketball fan. So anytime I'm near a basketball city, I want to go check out a game. That's just kind of the way I'm wired. Every time we're down in Orlando for Disney, I'm always like, come on, Ash. Like because we normally go in September before basketball really gets going. I'm like, we need to go later. So like when we're down there, we're leaving in 2 weeks, actually today, to go to Disney. I'm going to try to like squeeze in a Magic game somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah, but I've been born and raised a Cavaliers fan, so outside of the LeBron years, I've like really struggled as a basketball fan myself. And because they're the closest team to Pittsburgh, they're about 2 hours from me, whereas like the Sixers are about 5 hours. So I've just always kind of been a default Cavalier fan.
Yeah. No, it's I've been to like probably about 5 or 6 games now, and like it's amazing. The atmosphere there, it feels like almost like you're in a college like game in like the NCAA finals or something. Yeah. So it's always loud. It's always like everyone's so into it. It's amazing over there. Like every single time I've been there.
Do you ever run into Drake when you're there?
No, I've seen him. I've sat behind the net one of the games, and he was actually sitting on like to the left of me, like on along the court side.
That's
But
awesome.
that's as close as I got to him.
What's up?
Yeah.
So, what got you into reselling, man?
So I here's the thing. Here's a little backstory. So I've been doing a bunch of like side jobs to go along with my full-time job, and like I did like Uber Eats. I did Instacart as well. And the thing is with those, like, don't get me wrong, they were pretty good. The thing is, like, I have a 4-year-old, and a lot of the time is she needs her. I need her. Or I need to give her my attention, and so I tried to find a perfect medium to allow me to be here and also work at the same time, and be there for her in case she needs me, like, or if my wife is at work too. So, luckily, I stumbled upon reselling, and it's just been great for me. Like, it's been the best medium to allow me to be at home as well as um, be there if my daughter needs me.
That's awesome, man.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I really like the flexibility that it provides. You know, being able to just kind of do whatever needs done at any given time, and then just kind of work your schedule around it.
Yeah, like she's been sick for the past 3 days now, and so she hasn't been to school. So I was luckily here to be able to take care of her at the time,
Yeah,
and it's been so convenient for me to do that. And so I was able to. She's at school now today, finally. So, but if it wasn't for reselling, I wouldn't have been able to be here to take care of her.
yeah, that's really cool.
That's why I want to do it full time. You know, kids. You know, I have 3 kids. Chances are they're always going to have something going on, with school or sports or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're so young now, so I'm really trying to grind till even if it's worst case, say 5 years from now, that I'm full time. You know what I mean? They'll just be getting into school. My oldest will be like 11, so I'll still be able to see all this stuff like through middle elementary to middle school, high school. So
Yeah, and I think you'll be in that position sooner than later, Nate. Just with the way that you hustle and grind. I've been real impressed with like just getting to know Nate better and seeing the way he hustles. Like he's built for this type of business. Like I think he's going to do really well, especially with the way he's doing on Amazon right now. He makes as much as he does in his full-time job on Amazon. So
Wow.
I definitely think that that'll grow the more time you have to put into it. I do want to give Tommy a shout out though. I recorded a video about it yesterday, but him and Destiny hooked it up. So I finally got.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So I didn't know if it was shown in the screen, but yeah, they do awesome work, guys. If you haven't already reached out to Tommy about getting something made or whatever, he'll give you an affordable price, and he literally won't send you something unless it's perfect. Like for example, he's drinking out of a Picksburgh mug right now, and like I couldn't even tell the flaw on it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not sending that to you." So
it's got to be on the money, or I won't let it go out the door. But I got to say, when it comes, those shirts were 100%. Those are all Destiny, man.
Well, Destiny's killed in the game.
So, I'd like to take credit for it, but that's all her work.
You made the stickers. Reselling Addicts wants a sticker. I could hook you up with that. You'll have to get a hold of me. You have my wife's Facebook and my Insta. Just hit me up. I'll hook you up. Tommy, you made the stickers though, didn't you?
Yep.
So in case
I do the stickers. I'll be doing like the car vinyls and stuff like that. But she's doing the, what would you call it? The clothing and stuff like that.
I'm doing an unboxing on my channel for it. I didn't even open it at all. I wanted to save it for the unboxing to make it a legit unboxing.
Yeah, you should, dude.
Cool.
I'm gonna wear mine to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's kind of why I put it on too. Because I'm gonna go over to my aunt's house today, and Maybe get a few subs while I'm there.
My sister be like, what is every day? I'm hustling. Like, that's me. What?
Yeah, for sure.
Just go on YouTube, type that in. You might have to add eBay or Amazon, but it'll work. Just try it out. You'll see me, the bearded wonder.
Yeah.
No, reselling. We don't have them like listed on a site. We're gonna start an Etsy store, and then we have a Facebook page, business page that we're building for the Prince by TV.
Were you talking about like the Picksburgh one that he has there, or just in general, like if you wanted reselling addicts one? Because from what I understand, Tommy has like pretty much everything Picksburgh saved now. So if anybody would want anything Picksburgh, you just like I'm putting out a video about it. It's just scheduled for next week. Basically, you just email Tommy and let him know, and he'll get it to you within he'll ship it out within like 2 days.
Yeah, if you want to buy a Pittsburgh mug, we can. I mean, they're for sale. We just don't have them online. We need to work on that. We need to get on that game. But we wanted to make sure that our quality was up to 100% before we started actually taking orders. But she's got Pittsburgh mastered.
Yeah.
she's had enough practice.
For sure. Yeah. I wanted to make sure I was like one of their first customers. So like literally I've placed several orders with them already, and everything I've gotten in has been fantastic quality. And like you'll see it this upcoming week. I can't remember. Actually, it might be either tomorrow or Saturday. We pre-ordered some Disney shirts for our vacation, and my wife like literally like loved it so much. Like you'll see her reaction. Pretty cool.
I need to go there soon. I haven't been there in so long. The last time I went there was like when I was 8.
Yeah, it's really cool. They've added a lot of stuff. They just did some Star Wars stuff there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Edge. So we're gonna go check that out. It's brand new. My wife is like a fanatic when it comes to Disney, though. Like, if you would look in our like living room or our dining room, it literally looks like Walt Disney just like vomited everywhere, and it's nothing but Disney stuff.
Wow.
Destiny says she's working on merch for this show too. So that's awesome.
We'll have some entrepreneur. I'm just waiting to see what like Lucas comes up with as far as a little bit of rebranding. And
yep.
As soon as we have that, then we'll have some ENTREPRE-DOERS merch.
And Jenny was asking who did the logo. Lucas did. You might see him in the chat. It's like Lucas Cheyenne or Chacon. Sorry if I'm butchering. I'm probably butchering that, Lucas, but you'll see him in the chat from time to time. He's the one that won the 1K giveaway. So he's the one who did the logo and everything, and he did Nate's new logo. And
which logo is she talking about? Because you have the one that's on the mug.
Oh yeah, DC Cells made that one.
Which the green screen is kind of messing with it, but there's that one, and then he's got the flipping hope on the back, and then he's got the logo that his new logo on the shirt there. So
yeah, which after getting that mug, I actually changed my other channel name to Flippin' Hope, just because I liked that so much.
So I mean, Anthony, did you want to just totally rebrand with the new logo, or do you want to also have these available too?
If somebody wants those, they can order those too. I don't mind.
I think they're both cool, so it's like I don't know. I'm gonna make me up a Pittsburgh shirt, and I honestly don't know which one I'm gonna go with, so I'll probably make one of each.
Yeah,
the original logo and the new logo.
Yep. See, the old one will be limited supply, so when you're big and famous, man, it'll be like
I don't know about that.
highly sought after.
I mean, I do want to get one of them play buttons one day, but I don't know that that's any day soon. Nate's beard will get there before me.
Maybe if I make a show channel just for my beard, maybe I'd get there, but I don't know.
I appreciate that, Jenny. That means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're definitely going to make them affordable too. So it's
Yeah, and I said it in the video, but I'm not really looking to make money on it. Just if somebody's looking to like support me and spread the word about the channel, that's all I care about. I just think it's cool if somebody would actually want one.
Yeah, no, that's a nice. I love the design of it. It's really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. Destiny had to rebuild it, I guess, from like the ground up. Tommy was saying, because I guess the file didn't convert to whatever software they're using. So she put a lot of work into it.
well, each color is a separate piece of vinyl. It's not like it's one big printed thing and just ironed on. It's actually transferred vinyl. So each color has got to be cut and laid separately. So with the design that she got, it was just one big complete stuck together image. So she actually had to break it apart to be able to cut the yellow and then cut the black and then.
So Lisa says that we're the face, but everyone here is an entrepreneur. Absolutely. That was kind of our thought process behind naming this show, The Entrepreneurs, because we're not just saying that we're entrepreneurs. Every single person that's in the chat, because it's not so much a three-headed, or in this case a four-headed show. It's literally, we want everybody to participate and be a part of this, because if not, then we're just kind of talking with each other, which we can kind of do offline,
Yeah.
So but there is a few DC Cells wants you to type in the chat, Chris, so that he can sub to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I dropped the link.
There's a few questions for you, though. Reselling Addicts, Jenny wants to know, where do you source? What's your best place?
So the majority of my things that I get is from a thrift store. So we have Value Villages here, which is like Savers up in the U.S., and then we also have Salvation Army, or the Goodwill as well. But that's probably 80% of the goods that I get are from there. The rest is either from local apps like Let Go or Facebook Marketplace or Garage Sale. And then we also have. I'm also a part of some groups on Facebook where they have auctions as well. So they put an item up for auction on Facebook, and then people comment a bid, and then we have 24 hours to bid on the item, and then after the 24 hours, whoever's the highest bidder wins the item. And that's where I normally get my items, though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
DC Cells wants to know what kind of things do you sell, or do you like to sell, for that matter?
So to be honest, when I first started, I was doing a lot of video games, because I started off with stuff I had at home, and so the majority of the stuff I had was a lot of my video games. I kept most of my Nintendo stuff, but like I had other stuff from other systems that I just didn't really find the need to have. So I sold that first, and then after that, I got more into hard goods. And then I think midsummer, I started to try to go into clothing as well, but I stopped that recently just because I find the pricing for clothing up in Canada is a bit pricey. So I noticed that the margins are a lot better when I buy hard goods as opposed to clothing. So that's what I've been looking for mainly. So it's really pretty much everything right now. I do some clothing still, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm just super picky when I pick up that certain stuff.
Sounds good. Hey there, Calcivania reseller. How you doing today? Glad to see you in the chat. Always nice when you pop in. Another Pennsylvania reseller right there. Used to be Kel's Collectibles. Now repping PA.
Woo woo.
Speaking of Calcivania, I put in like 8 bids on storage options. Like, I was up in the middle of the night, so from like 410 to 450, I put like 8 bids in on storage lockers. So I hit up Nate. I was like, "Yeah, dude, we're about to be busy, because I'll probably split some of them with them."
When do they end?
The 7th. I think it might be a Sunday. It's either a Sunday or a Monday. I don't. Let me check my calendar.
7th is a Saturday.
Saturday,
Perfect.
even better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I couldn't even ask for a better day.
Yeah.
That means I got a source for Amazon Friday if we'd win, and come hang out with you that Saturday if we win in.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have some really good content coming too if we win that. Me and Nate will be there rocking GoPros.
Nice.
My beard will be sweaty. Dusty.
Probably.
It'll be dust in the beard instead of like today we have gravy.
So I think one thing, I just want to read this question here. Taking all of your clothing. Okay, that's not a bad idea to sell at Plato's Closet. You're probably not getting as much. And my thing is, if Plato's Closet wants it, it's probably worth selling on eBay. But yeah, I completely understand if you don't have the time or the want to do that, because I really, I've been selling my clothing pennies on a dollar Derek's auction lately. So I'm sure Tommy's thankful for that today. Have you listened?
Yeah, I'm waiting for another auction, so you put up some more bundles.
Dude, I got another bundle sitting right next to me. I just need somebody to book me for an auction. So if Derek or T are in the chat, and no, I'm just kidding.
Wink, wink.
I'd rather you do it on Derek's.
Let's see. T.
I got a better chance of getting it cheaper there.
Yeah, touche. Because people go wild on it on T and Donatello's.
Yeah, they got more clothing shoppers on there, and Derek's got more of the hard good people.
So Tracy's asking, what site do you use for storage units? Thinking about jumping in. I use two. The one that I did the bids on today is, ibidforstorage.com with the number 4. And then the other one I use is storagetreasures.com. So those are the two I use. I haven't actually won one yet because I'm cheap, but with bidding on 8 of them, I'm pretty sure I'll win at least one. So.
And I've been watching. There's another one. I don't know if they have auctions available or by you, but I watch bid13.com is another storage one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I know they have ones in Canada for that site.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be quite a few of them in our area that are on there, and that was actually turned on to me by them flipping crooters.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying here, Jenny. It scares the heck out of you. For me, the only fear I have with entering into storage is the fact that I can't do a whole lot of lifting myself. But luckily, I have somebody living in the same city as me who has big guns and a strong back. So.
And a great beard.
And a great beard, absolutely. So that's kind of the reason I felt safe in bidding on them, is knowing that I can just hit up Nate and we can split the units. Because I'm not looking to get rich. I'm just looking to get some inventory on the cheap.
See, I got to find me a beard around here, man.
I know. Or you could just move to Pittsburgh and we'll share the beard.
Exactly.
More than enough beard to
Great
go.
point. Great point.
Now that would be a good thumbnail, Where he parts the beard down the middle and we each have
Yep. Maybe when you visit, we'll make a video like that.
Right. We're fighting over the beard.
My mom told me, she goes, "You need to cut that thing. It looks ridiculous. You look Amish." I'm like, no way.
I told her you look Saudi. You're getting all this. So you never got one Amish video referral.
Yeah.
Right. None, no Amish suggestions on my.
You told her that you're like the next big thing over in Saudi Arabia.
Nah, I'm gonna break through after dessert.
You're like viral over there.
Yeah.
People are walking around with pictures of your face and beard.
Need Tommy to push my merch so I can get some over there. I don't know how much shipping would be, but I'm sure they would be they'd be going wild, especially Black Friday.
All right. I would say by the end of the week we should be up and have a store open online.
Someone said in the chat that Dawn is doing a 24-hour auction. You could jump into
She's
that.
doing a marathon.
Anthony. I'm gonna jump in at some point and just hang out. I don't think I'm really gonna auction anything, but she said if people want to come hang out and just enjoy the wave and have some fun, come on in too. So
yeah, I'll more than likely be hanging out in there with you. So yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed to Donatella or T, make sure you do so. T is auctions for you. I do have auctions at Pennsylvania. I don't use it as much as the other one. Hey, what's up, David? Good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving, even though I'm sure you don't celebrate it over in Ireland. Joe's in the house. What's up, Family Flips?
Joe?
I think one thing
Jessica. It might be Jessica, too. I never know which one it is behind the name. Either way, happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
I think one thing that'd be cool if maybe everybody in the chat and we can kind of talk about it here on the panel. Like, what's one thing you're thankful for this year?
Food.
Well played.
Absolutely. How about you, Beard?
I'm just thankful. Brought to you by.
He's thankful for beard oil.
No, I'm thankful just to be growing my business and have an opportunity to have an out of getting out of the warehouse and hopefully into my own warehouse. You know what I mean? Where I'm able to control my destiny and have some, even as right now, like say, my company shuts the doors and they just close the doors and here's your last paycheck, you're done. Which can happen and has happened to people where they fired people. I've had this happen a couple of years ago where 10 days before Christmas, they're like, we don't need you. And me and 40 guys got fired. So just having that financial, even if it's for a short period and I don't have a job and I have some income coming in. So I'm very thankful to be reselling and to have the community here with me to enjoy my ventures and to help me as much as I help them. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Absolutely. I would say for me, it's going to sound cliche. Most of you guys probably already know it, but I'm thankful for Jesus and what he's brought me through. You know what I mean? Every single time I hit like an all-time low, I just think like, man, here I am stuck at rock bottom, and he just picks me up and, he gives me a whole new story to tell of his goodness. So thankful to Jesus. How about you, Chris?
I'm always thankful to be alive. That's something I'm grateful for, and also like just having family and friends around me that are like keeping me positive and also like encouraging me to do what I feel is best for me. And it's something where I'm just like super humble and super grateful for just to have this. Like I think Michelle mentioned it in the chat, like the reselling community too. It's pretty cool to have this group of people to learn from and to just help inspire you to become a better reseller.
100%.
Sure. Pennsylvania, yeah, definitely. Just offered to help move some stuff too, which is awesome. And we can do a collab video, definitely. Yeah, Jeff's a good guy. Definitely agree. I'm just kind of highlighting some of the stuff that you guys are thankful for, just in case people don't see it in the chat. Look, the Anamora songs are going wild. Oh, you can't see the when you share it up on the screen, you can't see the emojis.
I saw it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe it's just me then.
Must be the Mac. Doesn't understand.
Hey, I'm on a Mac.
Are you seeing it? Oh, okay. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Then. I thought it might have been that because sometimes, like, I'll see random ones every once in a blue moon I can't see.
Oh.
Yeah, if I missed anybody, is what you're thankful for. My fault, guys. I'm just trying to keep up in the chat. So what all platforms are you using? You said you were doing a little Amazon, Poshmark, eBay. Is that
Yes.
it?
Yeah, those are the main ones. I mean, I do already has been eBay, and I've been just slowly starting to grow Amazon as well. The majority of the things I've been sending over to Amazon are like DVDs and music as well. That's
Cool.
pretty, and games as well. So like, oh, some of the games that I don't sell up in eBay, I ended up sending them to Amazon.
That's cool. I never even thought to send in DVDs or music into Amazon. Like I literally just had a fire sale on it. Basically,
Yeah.
Derek's auction, just trying to get rid of stuff that was like lower dollar in my eBay store. Probably should have scanned some of them.
Well, I only send like DVD box sets
Okay,
to
gotcha.
Amazon because those are higher ticket. I find, and
Yeah,
luckily in Canada we're not gated by DVDs, so that's why I started doing that right away.
Yeah, see, we would be gated, Anthony, unless you got
okay.
a wholesale invoice. I'm not 100% about used, but I'm pretty sure on even used we're gated.
Mhm.
See, that's one thing that's nice about Canada or Amazon Canada. Then I might have to
Yeah,
ship some stuff out to Canada up there. See, now you got the beer
yeah.
going up north. I'll be
Why not?
I'll be on both. That's what's cool about doing Amazon. Like you can actually sell to different markets. Like
Yeah,
say, and I didn't think the gating process would be any different than here, for example. But wow, that just blew my mind just now. I might have to do some rethinking and some of that stuff now. Because we have opportunities to go to like I think Mexico, Canada, and I think overseas too as well. I don't know how the whole process works for it because I haven't really thought about even doing it until now. So that's interesting, very interesting.
yeah,
Because it's huge over here, they have the gatings to protect the buyers and stuff like that, and where
right.
they're just trying to get big and get and hope sellers come over and join the army of third party sellers and stuff like that. So they're more welcoming is a good word to say, I guess, versus over here where they're like, no, you can't sell that, this, and third. You can only sell home goods and
Yeah.
grocery items and books.
Yeah.
You know,
So like
awesome.
in Poshmark, the main thing I do, I sell some of my clothing there, but I have a lot of since they started going into hard goods, I've been putting a bunch of my mugs in there too. So I have a whole tub of mugs that I have that I'm just selling through Poshmark. It's pretty cool because I'm getting sales through there selling mugs. It's pretty interesting.
That's awesome. Is that
Mug
the
life.
hard good you're selling over there? Is mugs, or do you sell it?
Yeah, only mugs over there. Something to test out.
What's your like primary platform?
eBay,
Okay.
eBay 100%.
And eBay's like real big over there in Canada still.
To be honest, I honestly don't think it is. It's not. You don't see it advertised as much,
Mhm.
and like I'd say 95% of my sales are coming from the U.S.
Okay.
So luckily, I have shipping companies here that would allow me to um, set my shipping rate to be um, linear with the like USPS pricing,
Oh,
as
that's cool.
opposed to like Canada Post because Canada Post is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I'm sending off a shirt from here to like California and it's like 18-20 bucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good morning, Eric. Good to see you, bud.
So I find that really interesting how eBay in other areas are better than the US because, and the reason why like I started doing international is because of that, because I felt like eBay is so much, is huge. Like you said, I don't know about Canada, but I do sell, a decent bit to Canada, um, and overseas and stuff like that. Where the other day, I think almost half my sales for the day were international or GSP.
Uh-huh.
Um, like I think that's where some like if we just stay in the United States, for example, I think we're losing out because it's so much bigger elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I started doing it. And I recommend doing it.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, D. Eric Bischoff's already on his way home with his first truckload. That dude's such a grinder. We need to connect sometime, Eric. I definitely want to glean some of your knowledge, man. We'll have to have you on one of these mornings, Eric.
Yeah, that was cool having. He was on I think Work and Hangout with us before.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see different faces and talk. And he knows his Amazon too, so
Big time.
it's nice to bounce some stuff off each other and stuff like that too. So
He's the real deal on that platform.
oh yeah. Good morning, D.
So are you able to share like any experiences you've had as far as using these different shipping services to get stuff in and out of Canada? Because I've talked to a lot of people on the other end of things that are trying to use the shipping services to get my items to them cheaper. Whether they're buying off of me on eBay.
I have my screen off.
So is that pretty common that a lot of people have that kind of setup, or would you say like the average buyer doesn't have that?
The average buyer definitely doesn't have that. They have a lot of them don't have no idea about these other companies, and like I think one thing that I advocate like on my channel too is having like being aware of these companies to allow people up in Canada to like compete with like other listings that people will look at because of cheaper shipping. So like because I have those third-party companies with me, I can send that shirt now for $7 or $8 as opposed to the $18-$20. And like I'm starting a series on my end, just showing like the 3 top shipping companies, like third-party shipping companies that are available to Canadians. So it's pretty much the same service, but I mean it's just being more aware for them to know that there's an option out there other than just Canada Post, which is super monopolized right now.
I think that'll be a great video or series for your channel, like as far as future growth too, because that's something that a lot of people in Canada are going to probably, especially in the reselling community, want to know about. Because I feel like with such high postal rates, it really puts a lot of people at a disadvantage in wanting to get into this atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So like you really have to source very smart if you're not using a service like that. Is there any like upfront fee for being associated with that, or is it just like they give you a cheaper rate, kind of like a pirate ship would?
Yeah, so it is somewhat where like I guess kind of like pirate ship, but there like when you sign up, there's no fee or anything to that. The way they charge is they once you set up your dimensions and your weight, you get charged for the shipping label, and then they add a bit of a fee to the label itself.
Gotcha.
So the fee will be like maybe between 50 cents to $1. But I mean, I'll take that over paying an extra $10 to $20 for shipping any day.
Yeah,
sure.
I would too. I want to say hi to Brian Letta, who just jumped in. Sorry if I said that wrong. I also want to say hi to who else just jumped in. Simply Dana, thank you so much for being here. I'm pretty sure I met you over in Victoria's chat yesterday. Thanks for being here.
But I mean, it's pretty cool though, because a lot of the things too, like they sell USPS boxes as well. I know it's free for you guys over there, but we don't have that luxury, I guess. So it costs maybe around, I think it's like $9 for about 25 to 30 boxes of like priority flat rate boxes, and then it doesn't matter what size they are, you can get. It's all the same price. But it's cool though. Like they have workstations there as well, where if you don't have a thermal printer, you can actually go to their stations and you can print out the labels from there directly. So if you don't want to use an inkjet printer or rely on one, then you can go there directly and just print off your labels from there. That's what I do right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How common are these stations? Like, are they pretty readily available, kind of like the post office would be?
Not really. No. There's one company called Chit Chats. That's the most predominant third party company, and that one's located in pretty much the majority around Canada. There's a lot of different locations. The other companies, like there's one called Stallion Express and Freightcom, they're not as predominant in other parts of Canada. But I mean, they still offer the same type of service where they have workstations to pack your stuff and also provide the same pricing for USPS. And yeah, and just you can purchase supplies there too, like bubble wrap or other padded envelopes. They sell that stuff as well. And it's fairly cheap too.
Have you noticed any other like hurdles to be besides the shipping, like being a Canadian reseller, that maybe people in the US might not know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, at first, my model with selling clothing for in the beginning was offering free shipping, and then I just noticed when I did that, the margins for my profit was a bit smaller, and it kept going down when I noticed me doing free shipping as opposed to shipping, like charging for shipping. I mean, don't get me wrong, I people do free shipping, that's fine, but in Canada I find that it's a lot more difficult to do it, just because you're also taking into account the cost of your label, the cost of the fee of the label, as well as the Canadian dollar as well. And so when I have to factor all those things to go along with just making sure that I have enough money for my profit at the same time, and all the fees. It's just something I take a lot of those things into account when I'm pricing. So it's very strategic the way I price my stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. For example, for me, I think right now for the trading cards I sell, I'm only offering United States sales on those just for the fact that I use a postage stamp. So like I've run into that as well myself, where when I first started, not kind of knowing the shipping rates and kind of bogging myself down with eating up my profits or even losing money on shipping at first. Definitely something a lot of people, I think, struggle with, and especially with you having to deal with the Canadian rates and everything like that. It's even more of a challenge, I would think.
Yeah, because like 75 cents US is like one. It's like $1 Canadian, so it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, for sure. So what other kind of things do you like to do outside of reselling?
Oh gosh, I'm a big fisherman too. I like fishing.
There we go.
Bobby's Alley.
Yeah, I love fishing.
Yeah. We just had our salmon run last month, so I did that, and it's fairly decent. It wasn't as busy, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm a Filipino guy, so karaoke's in my blood. That's my other go-to, and then yeah, and other than that, just spending time with family and just doing stuff like that's the great thing about this income that eBay's been giving me. So.
Yeah, for sure. And that's awesome. I didn't know that karaoke was a Filipino thing.
I mean, like, I would assume if you go into a Filipino house right now, they have some sort of karaoke mic there.
Really?
Yeah.
There's probably only one Filipino I think I've ever like really known on a personal level, so maybe that's why I didn't know.
Oh,
and
okay.
they were like, they moved here to like marry a friend of mine, so
Oh, I see.
I didn't really get to know the family dynamic, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Michelle Lathan wants to know what your go-to song is.
Oh my gosh. All right, so don't hold me up against this, but anything Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or any boy band is like my go-to.
So that at the end of the show, you're gonna have to tell everybody bye. The beard is happy with that.
Yeah.
Does anybody in the chat have any specific questions they'd like to ask Chris? Michelle Lathan likes the Backstreet Boys. She says no shame.
Okay. Castlevania Reseller says that they need help with eBay Global Shipping Program. Can anybody help me?
Yeah.
What is the problem you're having? It's pretty simple. You just make it available in your listing, and then That's all you do. When somebody purchases, you send it to the warehouse in Kentucky, and you don't really worry about it from that point on. But you ship it to a U.S. address, and then they forward it out.
Mm-hmm. What is your exact problem? If you'd let us know, maybe we can get a little more specific.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry about customs forms. You don't have to worry about the international rate. You know.
Tommy, Myra wants to know what program you're using to change your background.
I'm using OBS Studio. I have a rotating wall.
I wish they had the GSP program up in Canada. They don't have it here. So I would think imagining having that option available to us, I would honestly feel it would bring more sales to us. But I mean, it's something that's why those shipping companies too definitely help with like shipping out to other countries as well. Because I mainly, even though it's US that I send it to, but I do get sales in like the UK and Australia sometimes. But it's definitely a lot cheaper using the third party companies as opposed to Canada Post. So
what I can do, Kel, if you want to just at the end of the show when we go off, I'll send you a link to the thing, and I'll let you share your screen, and I'll walk you through it. So that way it'll be easy for you.
Yeah, like I know I don't do a lot on eBay, but you know, compared to a lot of people, but GSP seems to be, you know, like so much more expensive than dealing, you know, direct with, you know, whoever we're saying to. The only thing that is super good about it is once it gets to the Kentucky warehouse for eBay, that eBay basically takes all responsibility and handles all the issues from there. That's the only thing that I like about it. But since switching over doing international shipping, you know, to customers direct, I'm picking up more sales than I've ever had before. I love it. I think that's the untapped market that a lot of people aren't trying to do. And I mean, I have a small store. I only have like 300 some items. So imagine if you know, somebody with 10,000 or 20,000 items, or you know, 5,000 items, or whatever the case may be, throw those up. I bet you it'd be a really good amount of sales that they would get international as well.
mm-hmm.
For sure. Yes, Kel, it's cheaper to ship stuff through pirate ship for the customer, especially if they're in Canada. Canada's a little bit cheaper than the rest of the world. The nice thing about global shipping is if you use global shipping, once it hits Kentucky, it's like eBay's problem if there's a return. So I will use, like, for example, I just packed it before the show. This is a motorcycle helmet that I've had problems with. Like, I've sold it 8 times, and this is the first time somebody paid. It's going to Thailand, and they paid like $63 shipping. It's
Wow.
a 4-pound rate. So for me, it was actually a little bit cheaper to ship it with priority, believe it or not. But I used global shipping just because I didn't want to have to eat $60 worth of shipping. You know, like. But the helmet's proven to be a seller because it's sold several times. It's just, you know, this is the first time they've actually paid because I've accepted offers. But yeah, I mean, it's just a nice peace of mind type thing. I use both pirate ship and I use simple export. It just depends on how comfortable I am with the buyer. There's a lot of people interested in how you're doing that through OBS, Tommy, and I know that Reselling Addicts asked if you used a free version.
Yeah, I think that's all there is a free version. I think it's an open source software. I've never had to pay for it, and I got full features of everything. It's a little complicated to explain without actually walking you through it. But if you want to get together sometime, I can walk you through setting up a green screen. All you need is a green sheet or a green wall.
This steel sheet right here. I've been using this as a green screen. Like you'll see it in some of my pre-recorded videos. we can't figure out how to get it to go through to StreamYard. I can use it for everything else but StreamYard at this point. But let's see. Brian Letta, he's looking to get into eBay. He's trying to learn as much as he can. He's a neighbor to me and Nate, just south of Pittsburgh, Washington, PA. That's awesome. We'll have to connect sometime, Brian, and anything that I can do to help you get going on eBay, any questions you have, just let me know. I have my email down below, and I also have my Instagram down below. So feel free to shoot me an email or a DM on Instagram anytime. I'd be happy to help as much as possible.
You said he was in Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 30 minutes from me. He's close.
Technically, since he's in Washington, PA, it would be Washington or Pittsburgh. Yeah. Washington. That'd be Pittsburgh's way of saying it.
Yeah, Washington High is Trinity High School is out that way. That's closer to me I'm closer to him than I am to you, Anthony.
Yeah.
I actually source in his backyard every once in a while.
Nice. So that's why he can't find any good bolos.
blame
vulturing it all.
Blame the beard, not me.
That's a greedy beard you have there, man.
I know. He always wants oil, and he always tries to take all my savory toppings on my food.
Yeah, it's OBS, Jenny, that he's using for his background.
I want to pick some of that food that's on Tommy's screen.
Right? I've just been drooling at it like.
Yeah, you can ship overseas using Priority Victoria. Reseller King wanted to know, like, I'm a little bit behind in the comments, but he wanted to know how you're doing on Amazon, Chris.
I mean, so I don't have as many items right now. So, I mean, my sales aren't happening every day. It's maybe I'll get probably 3 to 4 sales every week. And I mean, I've been probably averaging about, I mean, I started it last month. So I made about, I think it was 300 for the first month. And, but I mean, I'm still trying to just push more stuff in. That's my goal. Just to keep getting stuff and boxing them and sending them off as soon as possible. But I mean, I'm already at the, I'd say I'm almost at 300 again. This for the month of November. And I mean, it's been steady that way, but I want to grow it more, obviously, to get.
Sure. Dee said that Zahir uses StreamYard with OBS. Do you know if he's on a Mac?
Yeah, she said he's on a PC. I was asking.
Okay. Yeah, that's the issue. Is what's the name of the thing again? That
the virtual cam.
Virtual cam.
The Mac version of OBS doesn't have a virtual cam that you need to use to connect it to StreamYard. That's the issue. Yeah, and there's supposed to be ways to do it. We just haven't figured it out. I don't know if we're configuring something wrong or something.
Dana says sounds like a medical condition, OBS. Hey, have a good day, Reseller King. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, for
appreciate as many people have been here hanging out with us on Thanksgiving, because I know that's like a huge busy day for a lot of people in the U.S.
Yeah, we had a pretty good turnout for being Thanksgiving morning. I didn't expect this many, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I really appreciate everyone taking time out to be with us.
Hey, Reselling Attic, I got my green sheet at the thrift store for 50 cents. That was a lot better than going on Amazon and paying for a smaller green screen. They want to charge $34.
Wow.
Yeah, you just need
my bed.
you just need basically just an odd color, so you're not wearing something that would mess it up, like, or be close to it.
Like if you're like Destiny and you wear a lot of green, then you want to go with like a dark blue, or something like that sheet. Because anything that's green will blend in. Let's see, what do I have?
Oh yeah, it's true.
You can use any color sheet. The first one I used was a white sheet, but it's harder to use a white sheet because a lot of stuff that you wear would have at least some white in it, even if it's like, for example, just like the little words underneath the logo.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's better to have something green. But if you're stuck without something like that, just don't wear white and use a white sheet.
DC Sales had a question earlier, if asking if I do any retail arbitrage. I do some. I go to Walmart every now and then to see if there's any clearance items that I feel is cheap enough. A lot of the time, I haven't been able to find anything as cheap, so um, I do maybe very little retail arbitrage just because of the margins. I know retail arbitrage, obviously, you're not going to make as much of a margin, but for me, I want to make a certain amount for everything I sell, and like if I'm not netting like over $20 is something that I don't really go to, like, so I don't do as much retail arbitrage.
Makes sense. You'll probably I guess the bigger you get into Amazon, you'll probably do a little bit more, I would think.
Yeah.
Because I've always done retail arbitrage, but I would refuse to basically buy anything that I couldn't make like a considerable profit on eBay with. Up until I started Amazon, now it's like I'm spending $1 to make $1 on a lot of products. But I guess once you find some stuff like that, like a replenishable,
yeah,
you know, I could see you doing that a little bit more, especially if you find like a low dollar replenishable that you can make some money on.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, the little, cost $1, make $1. Those are what I call shipping, free shipping. That's how you get your free shipping. Just send, a couple of those items in where they're not really big, that have a decent sell through rate, or you sell at least 5 or so a month, and pays for shipping. This way, the other items that you have in, you're making more money, or they're higher dollar items. Those items are going to be straight profit, in other words, and that is just some extra fill-in stuff that you're throwing in.
That's a good point.
Do you do the reselling full time, or do you still have like another like side hustle?
I'm doing it part time right now. So that's why a lot of my business model relies heavily on higher priced items. So I don't. I have about 150 items right now in my store, but pretty much, I'd say 95% of them are over $50 for the average price. So I'm usually, whenever I get the sale, like, I mean, that's why I don't, even though I'm starting to ramp it up a bit more. I find that it's a lot easier for me to not put as many, just because I have higher ticket items. So I'm just being super selective in terms of what I'm selling, and just here, really, in Canada, it's a model that it's been working for me. So it's allowed me to also like keep track of my items too, because I don't have as many, just to make sure that they're maintained properly, and if I need to promote them, I'll promote them. But the majority of the time, I don't really do any promotions unless I know that there's a lot of that one item that's being sold on eBay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with a lot of like, one-offs that are really popular or in demand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ciosa Sales is saying, I can't wrap my mind around high ticket items. I'm so cheap, I can't think of someone spending so much on clothes. It's definitely my biggest weakness as a reseller. Yeah, and that's one thing that I would say hindered me at first too, is the fact that I didn't have very much capital to start with. I would literally be out there like nickel and diming it all the way up until I took my PayPal working capital loan. But then once I actually had a little bit of a bankroll to play with, I really realized that if you do pay up for certain items, those items sell quick. You know,
Right.
much quicker than stuff that you're buying, you know, for $1, $2 here and there. So you make the money faster, you know, and especially like with the addition of Amazon, like even the stuff that you're spending $1, $2 on, that stuff even sells faster when you buy that in bulk and send it in. So it's just like one of those things where, you know, it's kind of like scared money don't make money, you know. And I'm not saying that anyone needs to go out and spend X amount of dollars. I'm just saying, like, don't be afraid to take a chance on something. And like, I'm not saying like put yourself in a pickle to where you can't pay your bills. I'm just saying, you know, when you have a little bit of money, don't be afraid to invest it into the business.
Yeah, like for example, I found an item at Home Depot that was $99, and you know my profit on it was going to be, I think it was 50 after fees. Now usually I wouldn't even look at that item, but I seen that they sell so fast, and that that it was going to be a huge chunk of profit for me, even though it's going to be 50%. No, not 50%, but yeah, it would be 50% ROI on top of my my investment or whatever. It was going to be a chunk, so I bought it as like a test buy and sent it in, and as soon as it got checked in, it sold like instantly.
Wow.
So I mean, like it was definitely more of a risk, but that's why I have the resources and I'm able to do the research that was able to make me feel at ease, because there is super safe buys on Amazon, and there's some stuff that you might have to wait a little longer for, or there might be a little bit more of a fight that you have to go through with people and the pricing and stuff. So that's why I always preach like to do research and to get certain tools, because if anyone's going to do it on the cheap, it's going to be me. But if I buy it, and I'm not saying everyone has to, but I would recommend it because it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because that'd have been one item I'd have never looked at,
Yeah.
I want to say what's up to Jude, Lisa's brother, Siosa Stell's baby brother. She said he's trying to get him into reselling while he's in college. What is up, Jude?
Hey, Jude.
Watch any of these videos if you need help or reach out or whatnot. Be happy to give you any advice that you would need to. I'm sure your sister's a wealth of knowledge too, and that's a nice little lifeline if you're interested in getting into reselling. But don't be a stranger. If you need anything, let us know.
He's in the perfect setup to start grabbing textbooks and everything.
Yep.
He has like the super super chance to just go around buying everyone's books and throw them on Amazon or eBay and make some really good money if he played his cards right. So
yeah.
Hey Brian, thank you so much. He said he just subscribed to all of our channels.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Tell other people. I'm just curious, how did you find us? Like that?
Yeah.
I'm always curious, especially local people. I wonder if Tommy had anything to do with that, with the decal he gave me for the van. It says follow me on YouTube. But yeah, I'd be interested to know. That's really cool. Dry winter skin? No, not really, Lexus.
I deal with dry skin really bad because of my work situation. I'm always in the cold at work, where I go from 35 degrees to negative 15 degrees. So I'm in that basically 8 to 12 hours a day, and my skin is just destroyed, especially the beard. Like that's why I use Lion Tamer.
You totally need to get like a some kind of a sponsorship through them.
Everyone's probably thinking like, this guy's really trying to sell us this Lion Tamer stuff. I'm not affiliated with them by any means. I'm just making a joke and having a laugh. But yeah, I deal with the dry skin the worst, like especially the beard. That's why I have to lather up every day before the show with that stuff.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Tracy. I really enjoyed your artwork that you put up last night. I rewatched your video today.
Hi, Tracy.
I caught the replay.
That was great.
Yeah, I commented on it. I was like, that figures. Like the one night I actually fall asleep early, they go live. Because like every other night, I'm laying there till like 2:00 in the morning. Like, dang it, I wish Tommy was live right now so that I could not be bored out of my mind, like laying here with a sore back.
The Pittsburgh game caught his eye.
That's really cool, Brian. Thank you so much for clicking in on it, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, any questions you ever have, man, feel free to hit me up anytime. You know, like I said, me and Nate are local. You know, maybe we'll meet up sometime if you're interested.
Yeah, I don't go to Washington a lot to source because one of my favorite stores is in that area, but I do go there probably once a month. And I mean, you have a great little area of all types of stores and stuff, and you know, I got to rotate them because it just makes sense to hit up different places you haven't seen or haven't took all the good stuff. But yeah, I'd love to meet up with people and do stuff with anybody. That's why we want to do the meetups, and if anybody's super close like he is, like I would meet up and hang out and grab something to eat or whatever, you know what I mean? So
we're gonna have a big reseller meetup in Pittsburgh in April whenever the Shamrock Effect comes. Tommy and his fiance Destiny, whenever they come, there's a bunch of people that are going to be coming from different states and all over to come and be a part of it. So definitely stay tuned for that, Brian. You might meet some really cool contacts that can help you build that business up.
Nice.
That's going to be a good time.
He's in Washington, Pennsylvania, Dana.
Thrift Beast could even come down if he wanted to.
Yeah,
it's not too far.
You get that passport, come on down.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe if I'm not doing anything, I don't see why not.
We'll have to get someone to pack. If not, we'll have to get someone to pack you in a box. It should be priority.
Hey, see you later, Victoria. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks for stopping in. Look forward to having you on Tuesday. Sorry about that. All my fantasy football stuff's going on. So I'm guessing the first game starts at what, noon Eastern, I think?
I don't even know.
Yeah, shout out to Kathy too for going and serving at the homeless shelter. That's awesome. We've done that before too. It's well, I know the Lions and the Cowboys always play today, Kathy. I could probably hit up my NFL app and let you know exactly who's playing who and when.
12:30 is the first game.
12:30, yeah. So I think it was somewhere around there.
I know New Orleans and Atlanta play, and Dallas and Buffalo play, and I don't know the other one. I forget. But Dallas and
it looks like the Bears and the Lions.
Yeah, Bears and Lions. Yep, that's it.
Lions are normally the first game. I wonder if they're still the first game today.
I think so. Yeah, because I think New Orleans, Atlanta is the night game.
12:30 Bears and Lions. Then 4:30 is Bills and Cowboys, and then 8:20 is the Saints and Falcons.
Old school picker says Falcons going to beat the Saints again tonight. You never know. They played them really well, and New Orleans ain't a bad team at all. They're very good. You know what I mean? So, hey, lightning can strike twice. You know what I mean? It can happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to that Bills Cowboys game. I have to like the Bills by default just because they're the closest one to me.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
If I'm not watching the Steelers play, I like the Cowboys, even though it doesn't make much sense in Pittsburgh terminology or football terminology. But usually it's like Steeler fans and Cowboy fans hate each other. But I like the Cowboys. I like their offense. I like Zeke.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing all day.
Yep. Me too.
I'm going to my mom's house and be like, Feed me, mama.
Are you there, man? So does anyone know of any awesome Black Friday deals they're going after, or when they start in your area?
I haven't even looked at anything. I got back so late last night that I as we were doing the pre-show, like just hanging out back here, I was looking on Brickseek. They have like a section where it says you review Black Friday deals and stuff like that. So I was checking out some stuff there, but I haven't really seen anything that was like, oh my God, I gotta go today. You know what I mean? And go get something. So, but I also haven't, looked at everything yet. So basically, if you're not looking for a TV, I don't know. That's the only thing I've seen that I really liked, but I haven't looked through all the home goods and stuff yet. So
You know what I've been doing is everybody's been so focused on the Black Friday sales and the online sales. I've been killing it at online auctions because everybody's ignoring those.
Nice.
it's a good idea. Maybe I'll have to see about the. I don't know if there are really any in my area. I don't know. I'll have to look. We that get check out bulk and stuff like that. People won't be looking at those either.
Yep.
For anybody that hasn't kind of looked into the Black Friday deals, I have 2 videos that I've done probably in the last couple of weeks. That one is for Target's Black Friday specials, and the other is for Walmart's Black Friday specials. At least you'll see what the 2 biggest, in my opinion, 2 biggest retailers what they're putting out there for Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Main thing I'm going to be looking for is those cheaper video games that they have coming out. And some of them I've picked up in their clearance aisle recently and flipped for a double or triple up in 4 days. So I'm definitely gonna see what I can find.
If you grab any video games for Amazon, I'd probably do merchant fill.
Yeah,
because it's going to be first in the market. So either that, or you literally have to pack them and get them to the store Monday, or get them shipped Friday to get FBA. And then it's going to be you're going to see that price go from like say 50 to.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to go down fast.
Yeah, I'll probably just do most of them on eBay, just because I have no problem selling video game stuff on eBay. It sells really quick for me.
Well, that's why I was
in demand.
That's what I was saying. Do merchant fill. Do both. Because they'll sell at top dollar for merchant fill because you will get them on the marketplace first, unless someone instantly wants to tank it at say like $30 or whatever, which that wouldn't surprise me either. But I'm sure eBay is going to be the same way with how the prices are going to fall.
It's awesome, Michelle.
Anytime I find anything clearance deal that I'm like, oh, I can't sell that on Amazon, but hey, let's try eBay. I'll look at eBay and someone will have it priced at like $2 above what the clearance price was plus shipping, and I'm like, seriously, $2?
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that. But yeah, I know that the deals I believe start at 6 o'clock here in Pittsburgh for Target and Walmart, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So like right after I'm done eating Thanksgiving dinner, I'll probably just roll out. That's typically what I do because my wife works every holiday, so for me it's just like a day to go sourcing for the most part, especially on Thanksgiving. So I'll eat dinner wherever I eat dinner, and then I'll just head out to the stores and see what I can find. And tomorrow we're having that special edition show where I'll be on assignment. So I actually should pull out this microphone now. My wife said last night we were laying in bed, like, you would be the one to go out and do some stupid stuff for the show.
It's gonna be fun.
Well, my wife's like, you're just gonna get all the people acting stupid on live.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's part of the greatness of being at Walmart on Black Friday.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll get people dressed in weird clothes, and you'll get people fighting over items, and
we want to catch some footage that'll go viral.
I'll take you up on that, Larry. Chris Old School Picker said, "Home by Tennessee, he'll feed me." Absolutely.
Nice.
You might not like. I might not leave if you feed me, though. I'll be like a feral cat scratching at your door for more.
yeah. While my Thanksgiving dinner's getting prepared, and between commercials at the football game, I'll be looking at all the Black Friday deals and trying to manipulate a game plan of some sorts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna go out tonight or might go out at early Friday morning.
Yeah, I got to go out tomorrow anyway, so it's not a huge ordeal for me. Just depends on what's going on with my van, because like I said, I'm having some issues with it right now as far as it running and stuff. Like it's running, but like the engine lights flashing on it, and it's like real jerky. So that'll kind of depend on, because I'm supposed to go pick up a van load of free stuff from my dad's house tomorrow. So hoping that'll still be the case. But he lives over in Ross Township, which is, probably a good at least 40 minutes from me.
Yeah, that's right next to the Mario bins.
Well, no, it's a little bit further. It's over by like where Ross Park Mall is and all that.
Yeah.
It's over that way, yeah.
Yeah.
He said she don't like to stand in lines on Black Friday. Too many people make me run home and curl up in a corner.
Yeah. I don't blame you there.
Yeah, I don't really do as much Black Friday shopping, but I do some like Cyber Monday, like to see how the deals are on Monday.
Yeah.
And I can just buy it online too, so that's more convenient for me.
And that's a nice thing too, because a lot of these deals that are in store are also available online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be more of the shopping thing that I'm probably going to do.
Dude, Brian, that is like the best thing possible, man. Like he said, he just met a new girl. She's a manager at Walmart, plus she gets discounts. Need to learn what sells and get some information on clearance. That's the perfect in right there, man, because you find out what's going on sale, when it's going on sale, and you just say, hey, set this aside for me. I'm going to come buy it all, and that's perfect. Absolutely perfect, man. Like,
yeah, I had some good.
I was if you need help knowing what those type of items are, like I'd be happy to share with you. Don't bother me.
There was a girl at the Bell Vernon Walmart right where I'm at, and she would tell me basically what all the hot items were and when they'd come in and all that type of stuff, and I just threw her a little something, you know what I mean, for the intel. Especially being my first Black Friday, like I needed to know. I mean, not Black Friday, but my first fourth quarter. Yeah. I needed to know that information. So she vaped, which was awesome. So I just gave her some juice, and that was a cool situation. She was happy with it. She was like, I was paying $30 for a bottle of juice. I'm like, here's 3 bottles. I get them for $5 a piece here.
That's awesome.
So it saved me money, and really wasn't a big deal.
Chris, is there Black Friday in Canada, or is there not?
Yeah, no, there is. To be honest, it's funny because they started Black Friday, obviously not as far as when the US started it, but they did it purposely to make sure that people like spend in Canada and not have to go across the border to get those deals. So they have deals here, but I mean it's not as good as up in the US for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool to see that they've adopted that. What's been slow, Kathy? Your sales, or mine have been slow too. That makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I had one offer sent on eBay. That's the only thing I could do on there, and I did a 25% off sale as my Black Friday thing. I started now, and haven't seen anything yet. And Amazon's been about half of what it's been lately. I've been getting around about 160, 170 in sales the last 2 days, which is not bad, but I've been doing 300 plus.
Cool. Anybody have any last minute questions or anything like that you'd like to ask Chris or anyone on the panel before we get ready to shut it down? D Flippin' Particles does have a show at noon. So if you guys are looking for another live show to watch while you're preparing your food or whatnot, make sure you go over there and show her some love. I'd appreciate it.
For sure.
But what do you have coming up on your channel? Anything, Chris, that you'd like to kind of promote and get out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll first off was that that series that I'm actually going to be showing for like the different shipping companies that are available in Canada. If anyone's Canadian here, I think that's a great listen for anyone that's just trying to save probably I'd say 70 to 80% on your shipping. Like it's an amazing thing to have as an option. But also I'm just trying to work on my editing too. Like, so I try to do a bit of editing for my videos and do some B-roll and all that to include with the like my thrifting and my what sold videos. So it's just a bit of things that I've been working on, and it's what else am I doing? Oh, and more of my Amazon too. You're going to see more of my updates on Amazon, just to show my processes up here in Canada, and just show you exactly what I'm shipping off to them.
Alexis wants to know direct global shipping. Any advice?
Pirate ship.
Yeah, that's what I would have suggested.
As long as it's under 4 pounds, do that. And there's also a guide on what you can and can't sell to different countries. Like once the item sells, I just look at that through FedEx and make sure it's not on the list, and then I just ship it out.
Yep. Anything coming up for you, Nate, that you want to promote?
I'll be definitely dropping some content, and probably do a working hangout this weekend for sure. I'm off. I don't go back to work. Well, I go to work Friday for 4 hours, but other than that, I'm off till Monday, so I have a lot of time. So we're got to kick up some eBay stuff for sure. So
yeah,
look for that, and I don't know exactly when we'll release yet, but I have a couple of things I have to edit. So there'll be something popping up.
Nice.
What about you, Tommy?
I ain't really got anything special going on. I'll probably be doing a lot of just around the dungeon here work this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm down to jump in any hangouts or whatever anybody wants to throw down.
Yeah, I'll definitely be down for that as well. My wife's working this weekend, so I'm all about it. Anybody that isn't subscribed to Chris, please make sure you do. I'd appreciate that.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, David, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. That was super nice of you, my man. And I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, too, even if it's not something that you guys do over there. It was very nice of you. I'm going to drop the link here. Hopefully it'll work. Wait, that's the wrong link. That's the StreamYard link. I'm going to drop the... we don't want Tracy's thumbnail sketch to pop in.
Oh, come on in.
I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow we'll be back on Tommy's channel. Me and Nate will be out in the field.
Hopefully I will be, as long as everything works. I didn't test it yet, but hopefully it should work.
I just dropped Chris's link in the chat. Like I said, make sure you go show him some love. I'd appreciate it. You'll enjoy his content, though. I really do. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to have him on, because I definitely felt like he deserved, a little bit more viewership for the content he produces. So,
Thank you.
Appreciate everything you guys are doing. I'll have another video out at 8 a.m. in the morning for anyone that wants to watch that. But tomorrow, I'll be out in the field interviewing crazy people on Black Friday. You tune into the show tomorrow.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Alrighty, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't do anything crazy for Black Friday.
Eat that food and get that money.